The popular Roblox game, 99 Nights in the Forest, draws its captivating storyline from a true tale of survival. Each time players enter the game, they get a notification. The game is based on a true story. Some details have been changed. Let's delve into the terrifying real-life incident that inspired the game. On May 1, 2023, 4 children found themselves thrown into a life-or-death situation in the Amazon jungle after their plane crashed. These siblings, aged 1, 4, 9, and 13 years old, survived 40 days in the wilderness because of the eldest child's knowledge and resourcefulness. The journey began as a routine flight from a small village to a larger town in Brazil. However, tragedy struck when their single-engine plane nosedived into the dense forest. 16 days later, rescuers located the wreckage of the plane and found the dead bodies of the 3 adults on board. The children, however, were missing, leaving behind only a baby bottle, tiny shoes, and footprints leading away from the crash site. The 13-year-old girl said how their mother survived for 4 days after the crash, urging her children to leave her behind and fend for themselves. The children took the small amount of food from the plane, but when that ran out, they resorted to eating fruit and seeds they found in the jungle. The children belonged to an indigenous tribe and were familiar with the forest's secrets from a young age. This upbringing provided them with the skills needed to survive, finding food, building shelters, and avoiding dangers. Their ability to endure the jungle's challenges was remarkable, especially given their young ages. The search for the children captivated the nation. A search and rescue group of about 150 soldiers, dogs, and indigenous volunteers was formed. Helicopters dropped food supplies into the jungle, and planes fired flares to aid the search. Rescuers used loudspeakers to broadcast a message from the children's grandmother, urging them to stay put.
4 children have been found alive more than a month after their plane crashed in Colombia's Amazon jungle.
The siblings, aged between 1 and 13, were on board the plane with their mother and 2 pilots who died. Simon Jones has this report.
Airlifted to safety from the jungle after a story of survival against the odds. These pictures, released by the Colombian president, were the first confirmation that the 4 rescued children wrapped in foil blankets were alive. They were found by the military after a huge and long search, the children forced to fend for themselves for more than 5 weeks. Hundreds of soldiers had been involved in the desperate hunt for the children, aged 13, 9, 4 and 1. A recorded message was played from the air, instructing them, if they heard it, to stay still and wait for help. They had been missing since the start of May, when the plane they were in crashed. The bodies of the children's mother, the pilot and the co-pilot were found. But there was hope the children were still alive after items left behind by them, including a drinking bottle and half-eaten fruit, were found. The children belong to the Witoto Indigenous group. It's thought their knowledge of fruits and jungle survival skills helped keep them safe. Their family can scarcely believe this moment has come.
We are happy because until now we couldn't sleep, couldn't be happy, couldn't talk. For us, the situation was like being in the dark, living for the sake of living, because the hope of finding them kept us alive. When we found the children, we felt joy. We don't know what to do, but we are grateful to God.
Ultimately, the children were found approximately 3 miles from the crash site in a small clearing. When they were finally discovered, the children were weak, surviving only on small fruits, seeds, and drops of water. Upon their rescue, the first words the 13-year-old uttered were, "I'm hungry," while one of the younger siblings cried, "My mom is dead." Frail and dehydrated, the children were immediately hospitalized, where they spent 2 weeks recovering from their ordeal. This incredible story of survival against all odds continues to inspire and remind us of the resilience of the human spirit. This experience is much like that of rescuing the lost children in the game 99 Nights in the Forest.